Binoculars are an incredibly important tool to have aboard your boat. Hi, I'm Lenny Rudo, BoatUS Magazine's fishing editor, and today we're going to look at some different binoculars and try and find out just what features and facts you should bear in mind when you're choosing a new pair. First off, a couple important features. All marine binoculars should be filled with an inert gas, nitrogen, argon, something like that, so that they don't fog up inside when they go through a very drastic temperature change, which can just be walking from the cabin to out on deck. It's very important. Secondly, obviously, since we're talking about marine binoculars, they need to be waterproof. There are two numbers you need to be aware of. They go a long way in helping you understand a pair of binoculars. This right here is 7 by 50. The 7 stands for how many times the binoculars magnify. The 50 stands for the objective lens diameter, and this tells you basically how large the lenses are. Larger is generally thought of as better because it lets in more light. Standard marine binoculars like these are commonly 7 by somewhere between 30 to 50. Looking through these 7 by 50s, this is about what I see when I look at that sailfish over there on the wall. Now here's why it's important to stay with marine binoculars. This pair of binoculars right here is not marine. These are just regular binoculars. These are 10 times magnification, so they're even stronger than this pair, right? But they're 10 by 20s. When I hold these up and look through them, there is so much motion that on a boat, it'd be hopeless to ever try and focus in on anything. Now, binoculars like these, you can get a pair for a couple few $100s. If you can spend a little bit more, you can get a pair with gyroscopic stabilization. Now, these cost about $1,000, but the gyroscopic stabilization allows you to use a much stronger magnification. These here are 14 times, and that gyroscopic ability takes the motion out of being on the boat. You can even tell the difference with your hand jitters standing here like this. For instance, if I look at that sailfish again, this is what it looks like at 14 times magnification. And you can see there's some movement there. But when I hit the gyroscope, wow, that's pretty intense. The downside to the gyro binocs, plain and simple, is cost. Now, there are a couple other considerations to keep in mind. Some people like binoculars that have compasses built in. That can be helpful. Some have range finders. And don't forget to consider weight. Really heavy binoculars do get tiring after hours and hours on the boat. There are a few other details you may want to research depending on how in-depth you want to get as you're looking at your binoculars. You know, things like pupil diameter, different lens coatings. But we've covered the important points here. We've covered the big items. Which binoculars are right for you? Well, that's a decision that only you can make. Hopefully, this video has helped enough that the decision will be a little bit easier. We hope you leave your comments below, and please don't forget to subscribe to the BoatUS YouTube channel.